Hey guys, today we're going to be working on the login functionality, and we're going to divide this video into two parts. The first part is logging in, carrying out the login functionality, then saving the information of the user in Redux, saving the token in local storage. The next part is we are going to create something called the dashboard layout. It's just a component we're going to create that is going to handle the redirecting once there's a token or once there's a user in the Redux and all of that. All right, so let's get started. First thing I want to do, obviously, is to create a hook. I'm going to alt hook. I'm going to duplicate this one and change this to use login. All right, all we have to do here is to change this to login. Finish, because we're not going to be invalidating any call or anything like that. All right, cool. Next thing we want to do is to go back here and then call the use login. We're going to be very fast because we may have something to debug. All right, you can take out the use register, save this. All right, what are we missing? I think I will not clear this form now so that I will not suffer in the name of debugging. All right. So let's test it. So I remember my password and email. Amelia at example.com 12345 ABC. I'm going to click here and you see it's successful. All right, we can log in multiple times just to make sure that we have the information. So right here, we need to pull out the information we need. The tokens, we have access and refresh tokens, expiry and all of that. And then we have the user. So let's destructure that. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to say const tokens. I think the token we're going to save is the access token. All right. Res dot data dot tokens. And we're also going to do the same thing for users, but it's just a user. So res.token data.user. Right. And just to be sure that all works fine, let's log tokens and user to be sure that we have the information we need. So I'm going to log in again, and then you can see right here we have tokens, which is perfect, and user, which is also perfect. All right, now let's work with that. So the first thing we want to do is I want to save the stuff to local storage, the tokens. All right. Set item. Let's say I'll just save this just in case I need both of them. So access token, and that's going to be tokens dot access dot token. I'm going to duplicate this. All right, and I'll save the refresh token. So I don't know if I may need it. Remember, we're not the ones that created the backend from scratch, so I don't know what the full logic is. Sometimes I have to like check it out and then just to be sure. All right, so we have these two saved. Next thing we want to do is to save the user to Redux. So for that, let's go to the store, and on the store, let's go to counter slice. I'll duplicate this. Ctrl V, Ctrl C, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. All right, I'm going to check the accounts, the slice of bread. All right here, I'm going to make a couple of changes. I'll change this value to user. I'll change the initial value to null. All right, next line, I'm going to change this to account slice, and that's going to reflect here and here. All right, the next thing we want to do is to take away unnecessary reducers that we have. Take away all of this, and then I'm going to say state dot user is equal to is equal to action dot payload. Where is the action coming from? The user's taking two arguments, state and action. So action. Next one we want to do is to change the name here. So action, sorry, so accounts. I hope I'm not confusing you. And then let's change what we're destructuring here. Okay, this increment should be set accounts. Don't worry, it has not been created. Change this to set account. Yep. All right, and I think that is all for this particular one. Then we'll go to store, duplicate line 2, change this to account reducer, and then of course the slice should be account.slice. Duplicate this if you want. You can just type it accounts, and then next thing we want to do is say accounts.reducer, account reducer. All right, now let's go back to the login form, and we're going to trigger the dispatch. So const dispatch. And what are we dispatching? Let's initialize that. So use dispatch. Next thing we want to do is after the local storage set and all of that, let's dispatch this. What are we dispatching? We want to dispatch set account. And of course, the only thing we need to pass in is the payload, which is the actions of payload, right? So the payload is user. All right. Am I missing anything? Let's check the account slice. I don't think we're missing anything. So let's clear this and let's try again. So I'm going to Amelia 1 2 3 4 5 A B C. I'll log in here. So it's right there. Let's go to Redux. States. Okay, I can't see that there. So let's check this. Let's check this. What are we missing? What are we missing? What are we missing? Login form. Dispatch set accounts. User. Why is it empty? Something is wrong with our Redux. Let's restart this, because at least it should show us the counter, which is there by default, right? Nothing like that. What have I done? Let's go to store, slice. Right, so let's reload, try that again. 1 2 3 4 5 A B C. Yep. So we have our counter and we have our accounts. For your accounts, check user, see that row, everything we have there is there. But what you're going to notice is that if we reload this, then we have nothing. All right. We're going to work on that in the next video too. Whether you reload or not, your Redux store remains safe. Next place we want to check, let's check out the local storage and see what happens there. So I'm going to application, local storage, click on localhost 3000, stretch this out. You can see we have access token right here and refresh token right here. So that's all for this video. See you guys in the next video.